Yeah, yo, sometimes you gotta go to war for what you believe in. Sometimes you gotta go to war for what it is that you want, what you see that's right. I'm about to go to war, but lyrically. War cry, baby. Yeah. Hey yo, war cries echoes in the background. That's the sound of soldiers getting ripped up and tore down. Lyrically dismantle metaphors and manhandle. Marauder with me.
Welcome back to another edition of Impose My Will podcast. I'm your host, your brother Ramone. With me, my other host, my bro, Joe. What's going on, bro?
Man, we here. I'm feeling good though, man. But how you doing, man? I forgot to ask you that. How you doing?
Man, I'm okay. Getting over being sick. I think my voice is starting to come back. It was a goner for a while,
Mhm.
and just taking it one day at a time, man. Word.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, to kick off this episode, y'all, I actually had the opportunity to go check out Buffalo Riverworks last weekend, the Buffalo Golden Gloves, which was a great experience. First time I've ever been to a Golden Gloves event like this. Um, Shout out to Dave Patterson who had this joint set up. Tons of fights. It was 21 fights, 20 or 21 fights. From fighters all over Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Oswego, um, you name it, they was all over New York. To kick off, we had Casel's Boxing out there. Mustafa Hussein who fought Brian Mandrake out of Paul Brown Boxing. Great bout. Casel's, we already know about Casel's. I was there last month to actually check out some bouts that he had there. And we got to watch out for this kid here.
yeah,
He was very poised, which when we talk about, amateurs, like he was letting his hands go and everything, but the calmness and, saying that's where you got to give kudos to head coach Ray Cassell or whatever,
right.
who is a legend in this area of Niagara Falls, New York,
That's right.
of how he trains his fighters, dude. Like, which I was surprised. And anytime when we go to different boxers, we always find some type of fighter that kind of catches our eye. And this was, I want to say, the second bout. And I was like, wow,
Right.
to see how poised he is, it was like, yeah, I mean, but yeah, he won unanimous decision. So I look forward to actually seeing him. I actually do have some footage on him. So I'll be sharing that. Actually, I shared some before, but I will be sharing that one again. We also had Jorge Delgado, who we interviewed just last week from Oswego's gym. He won,
Yeah.
yeah, and he dominated and won with a unanimous decision. Actually, Oswego's boxing club, they swept. They had 4 fighters in the
It's awesome.
competition, and
Yeah.
every fighter swept. I think they had 3 unanimous decisions and 1 split decision. And they all came out there and represented Andre Mendez. Like I said, man, like their styles are so they're just so pristine for their a young age to be amateurs, bro. And it's just crisp, you know.
Yeah.
So like
Shout
I'm
out to
actually
Coach Derek Fawcetti, man. For
exactly.
real.
He did a hell of a job with them. It's just even
Mm.
how he keeps them composed when you see him in the corner and you're talking to him, and like I said, like these guys, even though they're fighters, they're coaches.
Right.
When Andre was in the ring, you see Jorge on the side, just like yo, da da da. This is what you need to be doing. You see the interaction with the
Right.
coaching and everything, and they're intuitive and they go in there and they deliver, bro. We
That's awesome.
also had another surprise fighter out there from the Bomb Squad in Buffalo, Terry Blair. We got to go check him out. He was
Word.
another fighter that was I got footage on him as well too,
Yeah.
bro. He kind of reminded me of Andre Ward.
Ooh. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, like, which was just like,
Yeah.
yo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see who else we had out there. Edwin Delgado, from Oswego's gym. Uh, there was another fighter out here,
Real
Mary
quick,
Williams.
I want to plug real quick that if you have not seen it or saw it, I should say, we
Yeah,
did a interview with Oswego Boxing Gym. Dropped it last week with Coach Derek Falsetti and his guys. Man, dope interview. Great coach, great program. Please go back, check that interview out, man, because they're doing wonderful things over there at Oswego Boxing Gym. Go ahead, Joe.
big time, big time. Um, Ray Kids Boxing Club. Mary Williams, he was another one that was sharp. William
Yeah,
Patterson from Nasty Knuckles was sharp. Um, we've been hearing a lot about Nasty Knuckles, man. I believe they're out in
right.
Rochester. Um,
Ooh,
which I
okay.
definitely, yeah, we definitely got to slide out there at some point, man. But yo,
Absolutely.
the support out there was so big. You had
Yeah,
people from all over. A great event, and the one thing I love about boxing and the boxing community, it brings everybody in. It don't matter your nationality,
yeah,
background, or whatever, and everybody's there having a great time.
100%.
One of the guys that I was sitting there talking to, me and him was just sitting there chopping it up and just talk about boxing. I'm like, hey man, like this kid look like
Yeah,
he should be pro already. It's just
right.
little things like that that you see, man. It was just a good time, and we was there for a long time though. Them 20 bouts, I ain't gonna lie. Whew, I was
20
getting tired.
bouts. Ooh, boy. Jeez.
You talk
It's a
about starting
long
at
day.
7 o'clock to 12:30 and to
Ooh,
watch all those fights, man. But you was entertained with every last one of them.
yeah,
Buffalo River Works was a great venue. Um,
yeah,
the second round of the Golden Gloves, the Buffalo Golden Gloves, would be February 22nd, which is a
yeah.
Saturday.
I'm gonna try to
So
be there for that.
yeah, so if you guys missed out on the first round of it, definitely get there for the second round. It's a great time. Yeah, I mean, go on a date, take your kids, just experience yourself, have a good time.
Absolutely, man. Thank you
Hmm.
for that update, man, letting us know what's going on locally with the Golden Gloves. February 22nd is the second round. If you are in Western New York, Buffalo, Rochester, Lockport, Niagara Falls, Southern Ontario, Toronto, and so on and so forth, come on down. Come support the fighters, man. Only reason why I wasn't there is because it was my wedding anniversary, and we got sick on top of that. So everybody in my house. But I wish I could have been there, man. But salute to all the fighters and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
definitely support our local fighters, man. Our regional fighters as well that are getting ready to move up ranks, man.
Hmm.
After the Golden Gloves, man, they do a little bit more, and then some of these guys are going to be looking to go pro
Yeah,
shortly after, possibly. So it's good that you get a look at them and we can follow their careers.
yeah,
Word.
and also a shout out to Solomon Britton, who is another
Yeah,
fighter out of Lockport who we interviewed.
yeah.
He is currently fighting in the Silver Gloves, and those guys are out in Missouri right now. I want to say Kansas City.
Sorry. Yep.
Um, and he actually probably should be fighting now
He's probably done. It was
for
at
the
12, I think, the fight
12:30,
was.
and he's fighting in the championship round currently right now. And also shout out
Yep.
to King Cook, who is also from Oswego, who is
Yep.
also fighting at the national gold Silver Gloves as well too, and he's 10 years
Yep.
old. So big shout out to those guys, man, for going out there and giving it day all, man.
I'm checking right now just to see if there was an update for Solomon.
Hmm.
Um, Nothing yet, but it'll be
Okay.
coming. It'll be coming.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the page. Check our Facebook page and we'll update that.
Hmm.
The results for him for that. So yo, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in boxing. I had a couple of topics I wanted to throw out there, but you know what? I want to talk about the return of Deontay Wilder.
Oh yeah.
let's talk. Let's chop that up a little bit. We've talked about Deontay, of course, quite a bit on our show. Some good things, some bad things.
Hmm.
But it looks like they made the decision to swing back around and try his hand again. This is pretty much the make or break fight for his career. Whether he continues on or stops. We know he's had not his last few outings, and even before that, even though he got some wins prior to his last couple of outings, just has not been good. Hasn't been the same Deontay.
Hmm. Have they
Um,
decided any potential opponents for him yet?
yes. So the person that it was a couple of names being thrown around. Frank Sanchez, even Ngannou was being thrown around, but I think they landed on Curtis Harper. Now, anybody who know Curtis Harper, who have heard the name, unfortunately heard of him more than likely through a viral video where he was I think he was getting ready to fight um
Oh yeah,
what's the African brother name? Ajagbe.
Ejaba. Yeah, Ejaba.
Ajagbe.
Who's going to be
And
fighting Bacoli?
yes, Ajagbe fighting
Hmm.
Bacoli. That's gonna be a great fight. Um, this Curtis Harper was the guy who, as soon as the fight started, walked out the ring
Walked out the ring.
and was he was the laughing stock of that time. Later on, we found out it's because it was some promotional mishaps that happened where he was like, "Nope, I'm not fighting." You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what those promotional mishaps were. I just heard that it was based on some background stuff where he was like, "All right,
Yeah, the promoter did them
I'm
dirty.
done."
From
Yeah,
when I looked into it, some
yeah,
information that wasn't given to him. Pretty much, promoter they pretty much just got him to kind of like show up and screwed him. No family able
yeah,
to come to this fight, or they didn't
yeah.
take care of him. And I don't blame him
Right.
from walking out, especially when that stuff's supposed to be in the contract and stuff like that. So,
Me neither. It was, it was funny when it happened, but once I found out what was going on, I don't blame that man. If
mm-mm.
things ain't right, the money ain't right. When you go in there, you put your life on the line. You know what I'm
You're right.
saying? So no, if it ain't right, you have the right. He probably should have he probably should have never even walked to the ring. So he was making a statement when he did it. Once they said fight, and then he was like, I'm out. That obviously was a statement, right? Because he
Probably
didn't
had to
even have
make
to
sure
wait
you
that
get
long.
that money though.
Right, right,
Hit that bell.
right. Yeah, man.
Hmm.
So interesting. He's 18 and 11. You know what I mean? Like he's no spring chicken. Does not have a great record. Perfect for Deontay Wilder to come back because you know if you're gonna win against anybody, this is probably the one you should win. This is probably the
Probably the
one
best opportunity
that you
for
should
it. Yeah.
gain some confidence. Say it again, Joe.
I said, yeah, this probably is going to be the best opportunity to come for it.
Yeah, yeah,
Both
yeah,
fighters, ain't been in the ring for a while outside of
yeah.
at least Wilder had a fight, I mean, in that time. But I
Yeah,
think it's been some time since the other fighter has actually fought because of that.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. It's been a minute. Probably was a promotional kind of nightmare that happened,
Hmm.
and then also when those things happen, it, even though
It's
his
deflating.
erratic behavior was justified,
Hmm.
that'll push promotional companies away from wanting to work with you.
Exactly.
Um, I'm pulling up some information real quick. I just wanted to see something.
And also, while you pulling that up, fight
Mm.
news, Andrew Ruiz just got cleared from his doctor, so we'll probably be seeing a return from him soon
Good,
for
very
the
good,
heavyweights.
very good. Looking forward to his return. So yeah, the last time he fought was, it says December 24th of, let me see, what year was that? Doesn't even say which year. It just says December 24th. I don't think it definitely wasn't December 24th of this year.
Now,
So
it had to
probably
be
last
2023.
year. Yeah, it had to be 2023. But if you look, he won his last three, lost his last four. One before that got a no decision, lost two times, won, lost. So I mean, it's kind of all over the place. with his records. He took a lot of L's. He took a lot of L's.
Mm.
So, what's your thoughts on this, man? How are you feeling about Deontay coming back and fighting Curtis Harper, and just where are you at with all this?
Honestly, I'm kind of confused where his headspace is at when it comes to boxing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I get it. It's a lot of fighters that love the sport, and it's hard to stay away. When you look at people like Manny Pacquiao and different things like that, what I mean, like you're a warrior, you're a fighter, and that's what you know. Um, but at the same time, with Deontay Wilder, it hasn't been good his last few appearances. You see the bout with Zilly Zhang, where how that went down. You look at the fights back against Tyson Fury, and just medically, as sometimes I don't feel like it's 100% safe. They like to get in the ring, so that's why I say it's like it leaves me somewhat confused as far as the purpose, because you haven't looked good. You really haven't changed your style of fighting. Um, so what I'm saying, I look at it as possibly as a money grab.
yeah.
And I hate to see fighters in that situation personally, because you're putting your, like you said, every time you step in the ring, you're putting your life in danger. And you hear Deontay Wilder constantly talk about, what I'm saying, people dying in the ring. Like that's something that is almost like he's like asphyxiated off of, always talking about, which in his situation, I really don't like to see him in, especially
Yeah.
talking about stuff like that with how he's been fighting lately. So that's where I'm at with it.
I dig it, man. I can definitely see it being a money grab, even though he has had not some not good outings. He still garners a certain kind of attention,
Oh yeah.
which brings a certain bag, brings a bag with it. So he can still make money off the sport. Um, he's done, in my opinion, he's done enough, right? He's done enough in the sport. He's in the books, biggest puncher the sport has ever seen. Um, you know, his shortcomings are his shortcomings, but he's done enough to be in the history books. So he does not have to. You don't have to take this fight. And I think this fight is more so pride based, in my opinion. Um, you just don't want to go out the way the way it is right now.
Hmm.
I could see him retiring after this fight if he wins,
The official
because
retire. Yeah.
because he will go out on a positive note. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, the way I think he's disappointed in himself. But this is what happens, man, when he talked about, he put it out in the atmosphere about retiring many times, many,
Hmm.
many times for a long time. And once you start doing that, once you start putting that in your head, man, it can affect the way you fight.
Your
Because in
performance.
his mind, he's probably thinking, I've done enough. I made some great investment moves, and I don't have to fight anymore. You hear him say that all the time. I don't have to fight. I've made great investment. Kind of like what Floyd be saying. I made great investments. I've done enough in the sport. I don't have to fight. And
Hmm.
so you can even hear if you watch Malik Scott's last interview, he talk about that. The more money you make in the sport, the more successful it is. It's harder to get up and be that savage that you used to be, right? It's hard. It's you know when you in your piece of junk pickup driving to the gym, you know, in savage mode, saying I got to make it happen. It's a different person than when you drive to the gym, in the Bentley truck from the mansion. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just woke up off the satin sheets. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
With the maid and the butler, just like it's different. The
Yeah, it's
motivation is
different.
different. You've made it, so it's hard to motivate yourself to still bring that savagery out of you, especially if it's all based on boxing. You got people like, now we look at Tank. His savagery come from a different place. He
Right.
got money. He's a millionaire, but he still got that dog is from a different place. Deontay's was,
Hmm.
you know, I need to get out of here and make something happen. I have a sickly daughter. You know what I mean? I need to go make it happen for my kids, so on and so forth. He made it happen. She's getting the best care in the world. So that huge driving factor that used to push him is good.
Yeah.
Tank, on the other hand, that traumatic, that his dog come from multiple traumatic instances where money is not gonna quill that thing. You know what I'm saying? Help is, and
Right.
so again, I could see Deontay winning this fight, retiring, not feeling so bad that damn, I went out bad on my last few. You know what I'm saying? Really bad on my last few,
Yeah.
and that I was able to kind of, for myself, win this fight and then step away from the sport the way I want to step away. He don't
Yeah.
want
If
to.
he
I know he don't
definitely
want to step
fights, I
away
definitely want to
losing.
see him go
Yeah,
out on top. If he
yeah,
definitely,
yeah,
if this fight does happen, I definitely want to
yeah,
see him going out on top because he's a great fighter. When people hear Deontay
yeah,
Wilder, they're gonna think
yeah,
of
yeah,
the knockouts. They're gonna think of that
yeah.
power, like Mike Tyson. They put
Right.
him in that category, and they love him over in Saudi Arabia. They love
Saudi
that man
Arabia.
over there,
Yeah, yeah.
and I get it. He probably feels good when he step on that soil, man. So kudos to
Absolutely,
him. I wish him the
absolutely.
best. And
Yeah,
I really want to see him come out on top if he does take this fight.
I agree, man. And listen, he gave us as a heavyweight fighter, he gave us exactly what we want from heavyweight boxing. It's dope to see certain boxers box around and they got all this high IQ and all this different stuff. But in
Mm.
heavyweight boxing, you watch heavyweight boxing for the knockouts, and he's given us plenty knockouts. We can roll back. Matter of fact, you go back and check out the way he hit Spuka. I mean, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's done his job. He shouldn't
You
feel
know
bad.
what?
Nobody should feel bad. He's done his job.
I would actually thank Deontay Wilder
Yeah,
because during that time of boxing, of heavyweight boxing, just boxing, period,
yeah,
because Floyd was half faded out, people wasn't paying attention to boxing like that.
no,
But until Deontay Wilder came, Bomb Squad, and he was hitting
bombs.
people,
Yeah,
everybody glued back into it because, like you said, they want to see the knockouts. You know what I mean? Especially in the heavyweight division. Like, he brought that back or
yeah,
whatever. So, and then he brought a whole bunch of people back to the sport of boxing. So,
absolutely,
his
absolutely. Man,
legacy
was
isn't
yelling and screaming
tarnished.
bomb squad everywhere you go.
Yeah, everybody's screaming about it. And the famous
Yep,
quote, to this day,
to this
to
day.
this day.
That's right.
Hey, yo, he definitely brought fire to the sport of boxing and back that made the sport exciting again, bro. So
Yeah,
nothing to take away
yeah,
from that
man.
brother at all. He's a
The
great.
man got a statue. The man got a statue,
Exactly.
bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
In his hometown.
Hmm.
And if you
And it's
know
a
the
good looking
history,
statue. It ain't one of
it's
these
a good
ugly
look. Yeah, it
joints
ain't a Dwayne Wade
compared to
statue. It ain't. Yeah, it ain't
like
no
they ain't
garbage
hit him
like
with
that.
that little tiny
Yes,
AI joint. You know what
that's
I'm
right.
saying?
That's right. It's a good looking statue in a state, in a city, in a state where nobody would probably thought this would ever happen. You know what I
That's
mean?
true. That's
When you
big. Yeah,
understand
Alabama.
the background, yeah. When you
Hmm.
understand the history behind it, we won't go into it here or anything like that. He's done his job, man. He's done well, and I salute him. I hope he get in there, and I hope he does well, man. And
Yeah.
also, you know, him and Malik Scott, they they tried to do a lot of new stuff,
Yeah.
you know. And I'll save that for another show as far as how I feel about Malik Scott and the training that they did and how it didn't necessarily translate. But all in all, man, shout out to Deontay, man. I think the fight is for. I think I saw April, but I don't think it's officially been
Yeah, I don't think it's
announced. But
been
I think April
finalized
was
yet.
being around.
Hmm.
Say it again.
Yeah, I don't think it was finalized yet, but yeah, I think
No,
it's
I
going to
don't think
be
it's
on the
final.
card in April. Actually, it might be
Right.
that I'm not sure if that's going to be the what you call it card or not with the Rolly and
Yeah. Rolly and
man Garcia.
Ryan Garcia. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it could be. It could be. It could. We'll see. Once it's finalized, once all that comes out, I hear that they already got the crazy huge card, the Bivol Better Beef rematch. But I hear another huge card is coming, and this could be a part of that.
Oh yeah,
So
100%, 100%.
yeah, man. That's all I got, bro. Anything else for you?
No, everybody, again, February 22nd. Go second round on the Buffalo Golden Gloves. Also, that Friday, February 21st, we have in Niagara Falls, New York, Seneca Niagara Casino. We have another MMA fight night. So if you haven't got your tickets for that yet, definitely get them. And then they also just announced at the casino April 18th, they're going to be back with the boxing.
That's right.
Bouts have not been announced yet, but we know a couple of our great fighters will be fighting that night again, April 18th at Niagara Falls, Seneca Niagara Casino.
That's right. That
All
February
right.
card, the fight night card, our brother, the legend, Joe Taylor, is on that card. So come through, support. Please like,
LFA.
share, subscribe the show, man. Pose My Will Podcast. Peace.